Hey, Tony Gaskins here. Now, y'all got to forgive me now. I got my eye patches on and headed to the barbershop to get me a haircut. And I just ain't feel like taking them off because need to have them on long as I can. Got another set of eyes under there. But want to pop on here and talk to you. As a married man of 18 and a half years, about this looks compatibility, which I could talk to you about because I ain't got to worry about my eye patches because, like I say, I've been married 18 and a half years. But one of the things that I realize is that a lot of people are not happy with their looks compatibility results. And you know, one day I'll develop the software of the looks compatibility and help y'all out and be able to deal with this stuff behind closed doors. But a lot of people not happy with their results. So I want to talk to you on my 35-40 minute ride to the barbershop about ways you can upgrade your looks compatibility. And this is something that it's not hard to do, and it's something you have to realize and understand that it does take work, but it is doable. And a lot of people a lot of times just don't like to do work, but if you're willing to do the work, it is doable. So understand that. And I'm drinking my Alka-Seltzer water right now, and I'm in my smoothie, so y'all forgive me every now and then. So this is what you need to realize and understand. Remember, if you missed the other looks compatibility videos, I'll put them in our playlist when I get some time. But go back, search through my titles, click on my main page, click on videos, go through the titles, and you'll check out. It's probably at least 3 other looks compatibility videos with it in the title. YouTube, for some reason, keep trying to strike me off of this looks compatibility series. I don't know who feelings I'm hurting, unless I'm just hurting the guy who's doing the reviews of the videos, but I don't know what's going on. And so remember with looks compatibility that it is established by the media. It's established by the movies and the media, and it is something that is not spoken, but it is understood. So everybody gets put into a category. The category may be unattractive, less attractive, attractive, very attractive. And I just made that up, but basically you could call it tomato, potato, but that's what it is. Unattractive, less attractive, attractive, and very attractive. And we could do very unattractive, but we ain't gonna take nobody that low. We just gonna put it at unattractive. And so if I say Lizzo, you'll put her in a category. If I say Halle Berry, you'll put her in a category. If I say Serena Williams, if I say Angela Bassett, if I say Viola Davis, you'll, in your mind, based on your perception, based on how you view the world, you're gonna put them in a different category. If I say Jay-Z, if I say Denzel Washington, Barack Obama, Michael B. Jordan, George Clooney, Forrest Whitaker, Morgan Freeman, you'll put them in a category based on the movies, based on the media. So understand that. So when you take yourself, this one thing you have to do, this one thing you could do and understand this, when you take yourself, I would even say upload your picture into ChatGPT and say, what celebrity do I look most alike? See what it tell you if you can't figure it out yourself. your sister or your brother. But again, they can't see you the same. Do you have a friend of the opposite sex? You have a friend of the opposite sex. Now listen. You can't get offended now. You can't get offended by what somebody else see. You can't get offended. And this is what you have to understand about looks compatibility. It does not mean that the person is a direct reflection of you. So, for example, the guy who played Biggie Smalls, I told one of my clients one time he would be looks compatible with her. The guy who played Biggie Smalls in the movie Big, or whatever it was called, Smalls. He is a heavier set guy, but he's tall. So if he was to date a dark-skinned woman, he may want a smaller, more petite, dark-skinned woman to offset him, because he tall. He don't need a tall woman for tall kids, because he already got the tall gene. So him maybe not wanting his daughter to go through all the jokes and the crikes and the if she not good at basketball or volleyball, he might say, I don't want my daughter to be, 6'1" for nothing. So I'm gonna get a woman that's 5'4". He might be 6'4". So just because your looks compatible with him does not mean, and that you don't put him in the very attractive category, doesn't mean that you're unattractive. It means that you would be his goal. You would be his prize. You would be who he wants. So you got to realize and understand that. And what you got to realize, y'all forgive me. I think I'm not fit thing. Yeah, it worked a little bit to that third eye. Took that third eye down, the second eye. So yeah, y'all know the t-shirt coming. You gotta understand and realize. Y'all know the t-shirt coming. Calm down. Already got the Y'all Gotta Forgive Me t-shirts. It's gonna be first sold at the January 24th live event. You ain't there, you can't get you now yet. So what you gotta understand and realize is that with a man gonna try to get him a little, he gonna try to shoot up. He gonna try to get him a little upgrade, because remember, the man provides. A woman can't really shoot up and get no upgrade unless she got the looks that the man has been programmed to believe is gorgeous. It's beautiful. So that's why you notice the most quote-unquote beautiful women, and I say quote-unquote meaning it's subjective, meaning the world at large or that man may feel this woman is beautiful. But I may look at her and I may say, because I study this, I'm not programmed. So I could look at a woman that's 400 pounds and I could see that she's beautiful. I could look at a woman that has what would be said as the perfect body, and to me, she might look like the thing from Tales from the Crypt. And the reason why is because I done studied the programming, so I have deprogrammed myself. You could deprogram yourself and get out of that matrix if you study it and you realize it, you acknowledge it, you understand that it's real. If you don't acknowledge that it's real, you're gonna be programmed by it without even knowing. But once you acknowledge that it's real, now you get to see the beauty in people for who they are, not based on how the movies and the media has made you to believe what's attractive and what's unattractive. You get to look at somebody's spirit. You get to look at their core, and that determines how beautiful they of a person they are. So I could look at this woman. She got fake teeth. She got a fake butt. She got a fake stomach. She got fake cheeks. She got a fake forehead. She got a fake chin. She got fake eyelashes. She got fake hair. Everything on her, fake breasts. Everything on her, fake arms, fake kneecaps, fake ankles. Literally, they do lipo on the knee, lipo on the ankle to get rid of cankles, turn a cankle to an ankle, take the C off of there. So, literally, could be fake everything. And she gets a billionaire. She get a multi-millionaire. They head over heels. She get to live the life. What I would take and do, I would take and get me a woman who is 200 plus, 200 to 400, and is so nice and so humble because the world has overlooked her. The world, not the one that's bitter and mean now because she tired of how the world treating her, but the one that's so nice because she's so humble. Because the world have overlooked her, she has empathy. She get to see people pain. She could feel when you hurting because she know what it's like to be hurt. She could see when you feel ostracized, alienated, overlooked, talked about, mistreated, looked down on. She know what that feel like. So when it's in you, she could see you. She could see your heart. She could feel your heart. If I had to do it again, that's what I'd do. Old slim fit women, nope. Nope. Cause all they gonna do is get complacent and put weight on. But a woman who done had weight on her whole life, that's how she been living, she ready for the weight to be gone. So now when she get her man, she get her support system. If you want to go to the gym 7 days a week, she going to the gym 7 days a week. You want to eat sweet potato and kale, she eating sweet potato and kale. Because she done live like that. She ready for a change, but she need accountability. She needs support. And I'm gonna tell you, the most beautiful, now facially, the most beautiful women, and it may also be the most handsome men, have the most weight on them. Think about it now. Think about when Luther was big, Luther Vandross. Think about when Luther was big now. Think about Gerald Levert. Just off facial structure, they're not unattractive. It's just got that weight on them. You take weight off a lot of people, and I'm gonna tell you something that I've noticed. Something I've noticed with a lot of women is that a lot of women who have more weight on them, notice I'm not saying overweight. Notice that I'm not saying fat. All that right there, y'all got to stop all that. They have more weight on them. So technically speaking, they got more weight on them. A lot of those women have gone through something, and food became their therapist. Food became their comfort. Food became, a lot of those women were either, it could be any type. It could be abandonment of their father or their mother. It could be abuse, whether that's physical, sexual, verbal, emotional. It could be just being spoiled. Some of them was just abandoned, just spoiled, just not given structure, and just not given activities and outside activities and things to do. And the same thing with the men. Like, I've noticed that some guys that I've met that have more weight on them, they was spoiled. It was their mom love language was food. She just would cook every day, and the child wouldn't be given as a child. He wasn't given like regulations on how much he could eat. He wasn't given a plate and said, hey, eat this right here and you done. He was allowed to eat a second and a third plate, and he just kept stretching his stomach, stretching his stomach, stretching his stomach. Next thing you know, he has a larger capacity for what he can consume, and he will eat and eat and eat and eat and eat, and then it becomes his body type. It becomes his identity. And sometimes people who have more weight on them don't even have a parent with more weight on them. Like when you look at children like ages like 3 to 10 and then 10 to 18, you'll notice that most of the children who have more weight on them, not most, but a lot of the children who have more weight on them have a fit parent. Like the women that I'm telling you about that go get their whole body done and they all chiseled and they in the gym and they a fitness model, a lot of times they children have more weight on them because they have more freedom, more time, more money, more access. So now this woman who grew up poor and now has a millionaire man because of her body and her face, she goes to Publix and she gets every soda, every snack, everything, and fill up her pantry so that she could put it on TikTok, her version of MTV Cribs, and her daughter just going to town and just tearing that food up. So what you realize, a lot of times people with more money, they kids have more weight, and it be the people with less money a lot of times who kids can't really eat like that, or sometimes they can because they have food stamps and so they could eat even though they live in a low-income neighborhood or what have you. They have government assistance, so they still could eat pretty good. So sometimes that is the case. But I want you to start studying this and paying attention. But always remember, when you studying, there are exceptions to the rule. So you're looking for what's the majority. It's always going to be an exception to the rule. You're looking for the majority. So let me give you a prime example on a public scale. Northwest. She's not like very like petite and all little, but her mom is super into body shape and body type. And her mom was very skinny before she went and got her butt done. Her mom was very skinny. And they showed the pictures and videos of Kim Kardashian when she had no butt. And then Kanye West, he is a little, you know, he's always been slim. Even his old videos, he's been slim, and sometimes he'll put some weight on, but that's probably just lifestyle. But when you look at their daughter, Northwest, she's not built like Willow Smith. You know, you look at, what's his name? Willow Smith. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's daughter. She more so chiseled face, very slim. Now that may be because of what she goes through, just like stress and things like that, but then also being a model, being in the modeling industry, she may be forced into that body type. But when you just look at it, a lot of times, speaking of Candy Burris, I remember when her daughter was younger, she was just a normal little girl, but she wasn't like a gymnast or nothing like that. And it was like she had more weight on her than average, and just living her life, because you got access to food, you got access to all the sodas, all the juices. And when your parent is busy, they got a lot going on, here you can have what you want, here, and you don't want to deprive your child. So think about this. A lot of times our looks compatibility scale, we put into it based on our environment, based on our upbringing. That can shape you and those type of things like that. So and a lot of it too is lifestyle choices. So like on my blood sister, my mama, my daddy, they all have put on weight. I've put on weight than my natural body type. I put on like 30 pounds, but I'm still relatively fit. So for a male, a person wouldn't just look at me and say, oh, Tony is overweight or grossly overweight. On the BMI, I may come in overweight, but muscle way more than fat. So I'm 200 pounds on a regular day, and then I could get up to 210, and then I get down as low as 185 if I'm fasting. And so got that range. When I met my wife right out of college football, I was 170 and 8-pack of abs, no body fat, just lean and mean, 170 pounds. I don't want to get back there because I had too much head for my body. So me having a little more meat on my bones, I like it. And I'm okay with it. And I'm okay with my build. I would want my stomach to go down a little more, but that's just visceral fat. You know, that just need that internal fat. That just takes some little fasting and stuff like that, and just eating right, not having as much, you know, what you drinking and eating. And so think about that. When you evaluate this, you see, oh, this how I got into this looks category. Some people in their looks category because they ain't had nothing to eat. So they can't help but, they ain't have nothing to eat, so they can't help but have a flat stomach and a round booty. Because they ain't have no car. So they had to walk to school. Calves built, thighs built, booty built, stomach flat. They had to walk 2-3 miles to school. Walk 2-3 miles home, come home, eating a saltine cracker with some peanut butter, government cheese on it. So, and that's all they had. Some nights they had to go to bed hungry. So when you see them slim and you can see their abs, they ain't have a lot to eat. So you comparing yourself, and really you bigger because you was blessed. You bigger because you had food in the house. You getting down, you tearing that food up. Anytime you sad, you eating. Anytime you mad, you eating. Anytime you lonely, you eating. Anytime you happy, you eating. So you had weight put on you because of the lifestyle you was afforded. You can't get bigger if you ain't got nothing to eat. So you also still got to count your blessings. When you able to get bigger, that means you had something to eat. A lot of people who slim and trim was out here starving. They was able to eat when they went to school. That was it. Came home, had to fast. They were intermittent fasting by default. Came home, no food. Went to school, got the breakfast and got the lunch. Came home, no dinner. So they eat 2 meals a day, and the school give you a portion. You don't get to eat all you want to eat. Everybody hungry, so ain't nobody give you their food. So voila. So they having a 400 calorie meal for breakfast, 400 calories for lunch. They at 800 calories a day. And the body burns 2,500 just resting. Like just in normal day, no exercise, you burn 2,000 to 2,500 calories. They in a deep calorie deficit. So now that's how they built. So you can impose that on yourself as an adult if you want to. You can impose it on yourself. You just got to be careful that you don't form an eating disorder. So in order to change your looks compatibility, you have to change something about you. So here's the areas. And y'all, we only got probably about, we got a little, what time I left? Oh, my haircut not till 9, so we got 40 minutes. How many time we got? 36 minutes on here to an hour. So listen, you have to change something about you. So let me say, so you see how I'm right here. Now see, when I'm down here, I'm a little more cheeky. If I come up here, it look a little slimmer. And so it's also angles. But see how I'm cheeky? See all that right there? That's cheap. Get me a guasha. Do me a guasha. Do it E10. So you got to open them lymph node. Right? Open them lymph node. Then you take that guasha. Push it all the way down there. I'm using my hand as the guasha right now. Okay? And see, now this side of the face done got slimmer than the other side. Then open them lymph node. Get that open. Go under the arm too. Then get that guasha. Got that guasha. So now I'm just doing this right here just manually. Okay? Just doing this manually. Now you see that skin clear. Now imagine if I had acne all right there. If I had acne all right there. If I had acne all over my forehead. How many women, when they see me in the store, if I was a single man, would be attracted to me? They'd be like, ooh, handsome. You know what they would look and say? Ooh, he needs to do something about that skin. Ooh, he must not wash his face ever. He ain't never seen a face wash. My goodness. Not a bad looking guy, but do you bathe? So that's what she's saying in her head. So guess what? She's not gonna be attracted because hygiene. Taking clear my face up. Now that same woman could see me and be like, not a bad looking guy. All right, not a bad looking guy. Now look, this here puffy could be alcohol, it could be sugar, and it could just be eating. So you got to look at your diet and you got to say, do I drink alcohol? Do I eat sugar or drink sugar? So sodas, candy, cookies, cakes. Eliminate sugar. Do I eat carbs? Carbs turn into sugar. Do I eat carbs? So eliminate carbs or greatly reduce carbs. Eliminate alcohol or greatly reduce alcohol. Eliminate sugar or greatly reduce sugar. Their face gonna slim down. Another thing, sleep. You sleep 4 hours, you sleep 6 hours, 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours. Get to 7 to 9 hours and that face gonna slim down. So guess what? When you go from face with more weight to a more chiseled, defined face where you can see your cheekbones more prominently, your level of looks compatibility changes. You go from here to here. Look at your stomach, look at your midsection. Can you pinch you a roll? If you could pinch you a roll, somebody may look at you and say, not a bad looking person. I'm just saying person instead of man or woman because men and women watching this. Not a bad looking person, but it look like they not too intentional about their body. Like it look like they not too intentional about working out. And they just kind of eat what they want to eat. Like they're not really focusing on their physique right now, but not a bad looking person. So then next thing you know, you start walking 30 minutes a day. You start working out. You get you some dumbbells off of Amazon. You doing weighted lunges. You doing lunges, holding your 5-pound or 10-pound dumbbell. You holding the dumbbells up on your shoulder. You doing squats. You doing 100 squats a day. Do 25 at a time, 50 at a time, 10 at a time, however you need to do it. You doing 100 throughout the day. You doing push-ups. You doing 100 push-ups throughout the day. 3 weeks later, your body gonna look different. And what happens is when you work out, your brain start to release into your bloodstream. So you're releasing into your bloodstream. So when you release into your bloodstream, Butter looking over here. Stop being nosy, sir. So when I look over there and I'm doing like this talking, he looks straight ahead and he nodding. He's speaking to me because now he see I done looked over at him. Sir, stop. Why you stand over here now? Got me dropping my food out my mouth. You staring over here so hard. So what you taking and doing is you changing your body. So here's the thing, like when I go and do my morning routine, I don't like to do it till I got something coming up. So we filming tonight in New York. Then tomorrow we filming in Philly. Next day we filming in DC. So this week I'm doing my sauna. When I go lift weights, do my vibration plate, do my sauna, my body release chemicals. And my stomach start to burn. Like I could feel the fat burning. So when I'm in that fat burning state, I don't want to eat bad. Like I don't want Popeye's chicken when I'm in that fat burning state. It's literally like my brain start to picture what would be fuel right now. And it's like in my brain, it's almost like a register. Like it'll pop up like a type of green, some greens, some kale or whatever it is, you know, spinach. It's like my body started to crave like something that's fueling. And I could think through the different foods and I get a feeling. Like I get a feeling from it. So if I think about red meat, I might get a icky, constipated feeling. Like be like, no, my stomach, the way it's feeling can't break down no cow right now. But if I think about fish, okay, yeah, that's a little lighter. Like I feel like my stomach can handle that. Like I want that. So I might want some fish and some greens. Like, bro, is you trying to get over? You trying to not get over? Like, what you trying to do, brother? Like, what is you doing? Like, what is you doing, sir? Like, got your blanket on. Come on now, sir. Your little Toyota pickup truck. Keep working. You get to the F-150. And so it's like you could feel it. So as soon as you get out that bed, give you 25 squats. Do 25 squats. You're gonna feel that. You're gonna start to feel that rush. Start to feel that rush. Now listen, if you go to you do the 25 squats now, and the thing go to sweating, get your shower now. Get your shower. You feel anything in there, in the areas, get in that shower. Don't go to them people job like that. Sitting got them people chair moist. Hop in that shower. And so get that 25 squats. I'm gonna tell you, I do that 25 squats, do 25 jumping jacks every morning. Make that a routine. Write it down. Write it down on your mirror. Write it down on your nightstand. Wherever you got to write it, go ahead and write it down. Go on, write it down. And you do that every morning and watch how your body, when you finish doing that and you brush your teeth, you are not going to want to go eat no glazed donut that you've been eating. You not finna want to go eat that pastry at your job that's full of icing and strawberry and blueberry jelly. You're not gonna want that. You're gonna want you some Greek yogurt, or you gonna want you a boiled egg, or you gonna want you some type of fruit. You're gonna want something that you could connect it to the ground. You look at that fruit, you could picture it coming out the ground, where it came out the ground at. You might not, for those y'all don't eat animal, you might not want no egg. Might not want no chicken egg. You eat eggs, you might want your egg. Boiled egg. So me, and you might not want no carb. And if you eat carb, it might just be one piece of toast. And if you eat that one piece of toast, You ain't gonna want no big old slab of jelly on it. Cause too much sugar on that jelly. Too much sugar in that jelly. So you ain't gonna want all that preserved jam. Too much sugar. So now, because you set the tone, do that for 3 weeks. Do it for a week, you're gonna feel different. Do it for 2 weeks, do it for 3 weeks, you're gonna feel different. Don't worry about what I'm doing. I'm already married. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Do like I say, do not like I do. Like your mama used to tell you. Do like I say, do not like I do. Don't worry about me, I'm grown. Like your mama used to tell you. So, do that for 3 weeks, you're gonna feel completely different. You're gonna look different. Now, if you do that, your 25 jump jack, your 25 squats, if you can do 25 push-ups, add 25 push-ups in there. Now, if you take and you do that, and then you go scarf down a bit blueberry muffin, cause you burning calories, and you go hit you another muffin, then come for lunch, you having 2 Popeye biscuits with mashed potatoes and gravy, you just carbon. So now the calories you burnt, you done put them back on in double. Come time for dinner, you got a big old thing of rice, got your 2 slices of bread on the side with some meat. That's too many carbs. But you get you some greens, some fruit, and then some meat. If you eat meat other than pork, oh, you in there. You in there. You finna be lean, mean machine. So guess what? Your looks compatibility is going to change. Let me ask you this. Now, I'm an exception to the rule, so take me out of it. Take me out of it, okay? Let's say you look at 2 people. You want somebody with a degree, 4-year college degree, put in work, consistency, efficiency, completion, 4-year degree. Or you want somebody no degree, inconsistent, quitter, not want to do it, want less for life. Which one you want? Just off on the onset now. Those of us without degrees, it don't mean we less than, but just on the onset, bruh, why you keep changing lanes, sir? And you riding with your blank on. What do you got going on, man? So what you want? What you want to do? You gonna go with degree. So like if you hiring for your company, your business, you might not have a college degree. You got somebody without a college degree, you got somebody with a college degree. You get to spend the same amount of time with both of them. Both of them equally impressive. They answer their questions good. Which one you going with? 9 out of 10 times you going with the degree. They getting paid the same thing. So guess what? If you go from no degree to a degree, your looks compatibility change. Because now you higher on the totem pole. If you go from degree, bachelor's degree to master's degree, your looks compatibility change. Because now you higher on the totem pole. From master's degree to doctorate. From doctorate to to medical doctor. Your looks compatibility change. Because you higher on the totem pole. Because you have sacrificed more. The more education you have, it means the more dedication you have. The more sacrifice you have. The more commitment you have. You're committed to completion. You know how to get a job done. You know how to complete a task. You locked in and you committed. So guess what? I wonder what that is. Is that a hospital, community center? So guess what? So now you're more attractive. You go from 100 pounds overweight to 50 pounds overweight. You're more attractive. You go from 50 pounds over to 20 pounds over. You're more attractive. From 20 pounds over to 10 pounds over. You're more attractive. From 10 pounds over to 5 pounds over. You're more attractive. The more you do, the more attractive you become. That's what a lot of people don't understand. So if you take and you commit yourself, and see, this is what you're going to realize and notice in looks compatibility area, is most people do what is comfortable and what they can do. Most people do what they can do. So what I mean by that is, like, I'm not in the life, I'm not, like, I don't feel like doing no bunch of working out. I don't feel like doing no bunch of working out. So guess what? Because I don't feel like doing no bunch of working out, I increasing my revenue. So think about it like this right here. If I take, I'm gonna pull up behind me. No, buddy, go on now. He asking everybody for money. Wonder why they can't pull up behind me like that. And what they got going on. Oh, he's looking at this other door. I don't know, somebody getting dropped off. I hope somebody getting dropped off. Y'all gotta forgive me. See, I be filming, but I be paying attention to my surroundings. On the Range Rover, you have your little compartment here right beside your leg. So you able to keep stuff together. Put this safety back on here before I be the, like Lil Wayne. So the thing about it is turn it on. It done got my blood. It made me hot. Blood went to running. So the more you do, the more attractive you become, and you change your looks compatibility. So if you put in the work, you're going to get more. And that's why I try to tell people, like, if you're not happy with your looks compatibility, so when you step outside, if it's a certain type that's always approaching you, or if it's a certain type that it's only a certain type that'll entertain your presence or your attention, and you don't like that, you got to elevate. You got to elevate. It don't mean that they on your level. They could be shooting up. But if you want the type, if you want another type, every type is gonna shoot up. Every type shooting up. So whatever type you want, you gotta be higher than that type. Understand what I'm saying? I just gave you everything right there now. I just gave you everything right there. So, like, being a millionaire who look decent, being a millionaire who look decent, right now, if I was single, I would be able to get almost any type. Wouldn't be able to get the highest type, because there is a type of woman who 1 million ain't enough. You got to make 10. You got to make 10 million a year or more. There's a type of woman that she want a Billy. She want a billion now. It's a type of woman, she want 100 million now. Like, it's certain women that they ain't settling for less than 100 million. So wouldn't be able to get every type. But the type that I couldn't get before, and this what a lot of people don't understand. Looks compatibility don't mean who you can get in the bed. You get anybody in the bed. So it's a type. And I don't know of a type that, like, I don't know somebody that, like, I don't know somebody that's like publicly known, or like somebody that's famous or something like that, where I could give you a reference. But I remember there was this young lady who all the guys wanted. They all wanted her. And they was coming to me for her because she followed me on Instagram. And so they was coming to me for her, and she had posted a picture and she was holding my book. So it was almost like, you know, and I did a seminar one time, and she came to my seminar, and she had a daughter, so she hadn't had kids young, and because her and her daughter looked the same age. But she came to my seminar. She mind her business. Like, she ain't try to come up and meet me. Like, she was not thirsty or nothing like that. And she would post little pictures. All her whole Instagram was curated. It was all professional photography, no regular pictures. But she was seen, I don't know what her race was, if she was Cuban or what she was, but she kind of had like that kind of olive skin tone, meaning like not a light-skinned black woman, lighter than that, but not like an albino. And she had a perfect body, which I assume was, you know, surgery. But she had a perfect body. She had perfect teeth, which was like veneers. And okay, there go my barber right there. So he 15 minutes early. And kept her hair done, all of that. So all the guys wanted her. And I ended up connecting her with one guy, and they talked a little bit. And I remember one time she said to me, she said, my friend's telling me that I don't want these guys. My friend said that I want you, that I like you. That was her shooting her shot. And it was crazy because one of the guys I connected her with was being paid, his salary was 30 million. But because of my character, because of my integrity, because of my anointing, she was attracted to me. And she said that, and I just danced around it. I just skirted around it, because I realized that was a test. But I'm gonna tell you what the situation was. She did not want me. She wanted to know that I wanted her. She wanted to know if I wanted her. She wanted to know if I thought she was attractive, because that would validate her, because she was doing all of the stuff for attention and validation. And so she wanted to know if Tony Gaskins, Mr. Perfect, the married faithful man, because it's like, why would you even say that to a married man if you operating above board and you doing everything the right way? And all of the NBA superstars was coming to me to be matchmate with her. And I care for all my clients. So I told the NBA player that I matched with her, if you are not honest and if you try to cheat on her or you playing around, I'm gonna tell her. So I told her, and she told him, and he was mad, and he never talked to me again because he was mad. And I told him up front, I said, bro, this is my name on the line. Like, I'm matchmaking. She only talking with you because I'm matching you with her. All of y'all is in her DM. She showed me her DMs. This lady had Kanye West in her DMs, Trey Songz, all of the superstars was in her DM. And this was, this was 10 years ago. So, Trey Songz, he tried to, with everything. But when I seen Kanye West in the DMs, I say, whoa, like, you really got it. Like, you all the way her. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, so now here go a woman that every man want, and she want me. The guy I connected her with was almost 7 foot tall. So think about that now. I'm 5'10". This guy like at least 6'9", 6'10". So come on now. But guess what? Because of my integrity and my character, and because I was making enough money to afford a private jet trip, a Chanel bag, because my wife, you go to her page, you see Chanel purses, you see Rolex watch, you see getting on a private jet, you see all the things of the trappings of success. So it's like, hold on, this man can afford this kind of lifestyle. He connected with all the celebrities, and he is a faithful man. And I remember a virgin told me, she claimed to be a virgin, and I believed her. And a virgin told me, Tony, women don't care. And she probably heard somebody say this and was repeating it because it didn't sound like her. She said, Tony, women don't care that a man is taken. It's just now it's my job to make you faithful to me. She say women like a committed man, a faithful man, and it's our job to make him faithful to us. And subconsciously, a lot of women believe that. Because if a man is in a relationship and he willing to show that woman, and he willing to be with her and show her and marry her, now at least a woman knows the man isn't afraid of marriage. He isn't afraid of a relationship. He isn't afraid of showing that woman. So some women, instead of taking a chance on a man who may never want to get married, who may never want to be committed, who may never want to be faithful, they will go for a man who has already shown that he could be married and faithful. And then what they realize, or what they think, is that they're the reason he's cheating. And that because he married the wrong woman, and that he's giving them attention, that they are the one that he really wants to be with, or that he's meant to be with. And there's an exception to the rule where that's right. Y'all forgive, I'm trying to finish this smoothly before I go in here. There's an exception to the rule where that's right. Where a man met a woman, he was too young, he didn't know what he was doing. They wasn't really a fit, but he wanted to be married, he wanted to do the right thing, he locked it down, they got married. And then he meet another woman, and she everything he ever dreamed of. And she feel perfect, he feel older, he feel more mature. And then so he divorced the woman he with. And that's what it seemed like. Basically, it's kind of like what Torrey Roberts was trying to say he did when he divorced his wife and went to Sarah Jakes Roberts. And that's why he got the viral message on YouTube about 5 signs to know it's your soulmate. he did that after he met Sarah Jakes. And the reason why I know, and a lot of people didn't realize that, except for his church members, but I knew because I know him personally. And so and it was crazy that the only video he got that go viral was the video basically surmising his infidelity and why he left his wife. Crazy how the devil pushed that video of all videos. And all the sermons he got on YouTube, that video goes viral. And so that does happen. And men do say that. And so when she said that, I'm like, oh, wow, okay. But guess what? I had another client that was like her. Hispanic, like that, beautiful, perfect body, abs, booty, everything. And she said to me one time, we was in a post or something like that, and somebody wrote in the comment, "Ooh, he fine." And I screenshot and sent it to her, and I say, look at your followers on here trying to flirt. And she said, "Tony, you are fine." I was like, what? And so once again, it was her trying to hit on me. Had another client, light skin, celebrity. We was on a coaching session. One time she said to me, "Tony, I talked to my psychic and she told me that you're my husband and that you're not happy with your wife and that you're gonna be with me." That was the last time we talked. I say, for one, your psychic lying to you. Psychic ain't got a clue what she talking about. And two, me and my wife doing just fine. Like, everything going good. So that was another time. So here it is, these high level women that I could not have gotten if I was just a regular guy. But because I had became highly touted as a thinker, as a speaker, as a motivator, as a life coach, now all of these celebrity women was willing to be with me and would have been with me, and because it looked like I was making some money. So now it's like they was willing to be with me. And it was other women now. It was other ones that came my way. It was mostly like R&B artists. Like R&B artists. And they was coming and they were trying to get close and they were trying to see, like, is he single? What you got going on? And then they'll find out that I'm married. And then they'll fall back. It was only the one who, she was a little more masculine. And that's because she used to run with the rappers. Even though she was R&B, she used to run with the rappers that kind of came out and told me and said it directly. And now y'all know my client, K. Michelle, she never hit on me. And I could say her name because I went on TV with her. She never hit on me. Never said, "Tony, you handsome." Never said none of that. And that's where people would think that somebody like her, that loud, that boisterous, would say or do something like that. But she actually didn't. And so that's what let me know then as well that women aren't who people think they are. So it was the women that people would assume would not hit on a married man that actually hit on a married man. And it was the women who people would assume would hit on a married man did not hit on a married man. See, that's why I be trying to tell y'all that the stuff that I know and the stuff that I have learned from really being out here and in the field is completely different than what people be saying. And that's how I know when somebody really do it, because they'll know what they talking about, and it's not just gonna be one exception to the rule. They're gonna have enough data to be able to back it up and see it happen over and over and over and over again. So that's what you got to realize and understand. But see, I could have slept with all of those women, and all it would have done is derail my purpose. All it would have done is told them, "Oh, he just like every other man. All these men are fake and phony. No man is faithful." And it would have, because see, they could look at my wife. They was looking at my wife with jealousy. And I remember my wife took this picture and she posted it like a little photo shoot type picture. And it was several women that follow me that was celebrities or like in the celebrity realm. How about they went and did that same picture? It was a white t-shirt with black glasses, see-through black, you know, prescription glasses, big frame glasses, black frame, you know, the clear lens, and a red lip. How about I seen 2 of my celebrity clients go take that same picture as my wife? Because they said, if this who he married, a good man, a classy man, a respectful man, I want to look like her. They started reaching out to me and asking me, how do your wife dress? What clothes do she got? What do she do this? Do she do that? What does she do here? What does she do there? My boy. So we're gonna finish this here up. This looks compatibility. When I get back, about to get me a haircut. Got to get on the plane. And cause this thing deep and there's caveats and nuances to it. So it's gonna take you a little time. And what you got to realize, there's 20 years of experience that I'm giving you 1 hour at a time. So if you want to change your looks compatibility, you got to change. You got to elevate. You got to go to the next level. So whether that's getting more education, getting some weight off for you, elevating your brand, elevating your money, you got to change. And think about that. And look at Venus and Serena Williams, and look at their husbands. And then look at the high school and middle school and college version of those women and see if those type of men like those type of women. And the answer is no. But now that they're worth 100 million plus, now look who attracted to them. Think about it.